Hello, this is Gnomes Are Yummy, and today we have a video between Kleiio, the red Zerg up here, and the blue Protoss, again, Frenzy. Um, just so you know, I will speed this up to ×2 while they're just drone spamming. uh, these are two matches. I'm doing two matches here by Frenzy because they were both pretty good, and I can't just do pro videos because otherwise it looks like I'm ripping off of StarCraft Husky, which I kind of am, but it's a bit better than having no good footage, which would be terrible. Sending out. So it looks like he's going for the forward fast expand, and actually I will slow this down so you can see the forward fast expand. Only putting about 2 videos per day up, one uploading overnight and one uploading in the course of the day. And I have a lot of footage of which to do, so I just need to make sure that my hardware keeps on working and that my computer doesn't blue screen again. But I think I have fixed that. And so going out for the scout earlier than the Zerg, which is usually more normal. And this Overlord is just back there watching so that there's no back attack or anything, whatever you want to call it. So he's getting his forge out. So he's definitely going for a forge fast expand. In fact, exactly what he's doing. So here, this is an interesting strategy which Frenzy likes doing a lot. And you put 2 photon cannons here and 2 photon cannons here, or you can do any range, but you usually do about 4 photon cannons, and then you expand and get a nice big army, and then go for the offensive. And sometimes you go for air units as well, but that can be a bit tricky at some point. And we have a bit of drone versus probe, and the probe's gonna win. Run, little drone. And we have our first photon cannon out, and you should expect to see a couple more after this. This 2 probes on 1 drone. Yes. Amazing. So, yeah. Here we have the photon cannon coming out. It's a bit supply blocked. Possibly he's going for... Yeah, he's getting the Zalnaga. Always nice. Especially against Zerg, because then you can see what their composition is. And this Protoss, that's pretty much half the game. But supply blocks are going to build. 1, a pylon back there to stop it. And 2, so you can see if there's any backwards attacks with roaches early or something along those lines. I've been missing out on the Zerg. Building his queen, spamming workers, going for fast expand, which then had to be cancelled. Nope, it's going on. Never mind. And the probe is attacking it. Oh dear. How sad. But the probe won't do anything, so it doesn't matter. And I assume some Zerglings are being built. Yeah. Just to get targeted on that probe. So this will stop any early Zergling attacks or anything of that sort. And he's going for his expand himself. And pretty uninteresting up until now. Got his Vespene. Probably going for roaches. Seems logical. Check APMs. I like checking APMs. Mine's never high. Yeah. Oh, proxy pylon found. Oh dear. Yes. Pros usually get their APM up to about 400. But I don't, because I don't see the need. Yeah. So income, in fact, Protoss is doing a bit better. Has more harvesters. He appears to be spamming a couple more. So it would seem that it's not all bad. And building a road horn, so yes, I was kind of correct in that. He could go Hydralisks with that amount of gas at this moment though. And if these little Zerglings run through there, they're going to get so horribly ganked. Because it only takes 2 shots to kill 1, and these things have a pretty damn fast fire rate. So, Yep. Probably just keeping them out there to see if anything is happening. Has put his Zerglings here. Killed that little probe. Poor little probe. In fact, Zerglings are just probes with a bit faster attack speed and less health. And a lot more movement speed, to be honest. And cheaper, of course. Build a second Vespene. So, actually, if he's doing that, it might be worth going Mutalisks later game. Because a lot of Vespene is very good. However, he has got this expansion up. And, yeah, he's doing a bit of a Hydra build. Which is always nice. And, yeah. Should be getting a lair. Oh, I see, he's building a second queen there. Fine, fine. Why does he need another queen? Oh well, whatever. I am not one to argue with he that knows how to play properly. And over here we don't... Oh, we have a lot of gateways being built. Going for 5 gate. And that's basically if you're going High Templar and Zealots to take out lots of either roaches or hydras. And that's usually quite effective. And you just change to stalkers if they seem to have a lot of roaches out. So, not all's bad. Yep, so at the moment Kleio's actually ahead in the whole economy side of things. However, he does have less gas. But it doesn't matter because he seems to have a ton of it. And he is making his lair, which is always nice. So yeah. Getting any upgrades? Be kind of sensible to get an upgrade right now because, you know, upgrades are upgrades. Chrono boosting out that warp tech and making some zealots to go down here to block up the ramp. Sorry about that little bit of I don't know what you'd call it, the little sound. But anyway, so this queen appears to be dedicated to spawning creep tumors, and I assume the other one that he made is probably for that as well. Yeah, just spawning larvae. Yep, spawning larvae, and building up an army of roaches. Seems sensible. And has the resources to do so. Sadly, is supply blocked. And over here, actually, if he just used up all his larvae on the roaches, unless they have warp take out at the moment, he would actually do some major damage. But I don't know. Actually, for at the moment, it could be probably just better to macro up a bit as opposed to going in for that little bit of damage. Probably won't do that much either. Yeah, and at the moment he has far too many zealots to do that kind of thing. Building an observer so that he can see what's happening, which is always a good thing, especially against Zerg, because pretty much, as I say, half of Zerg is just knowing what you're up against and what you want to do. And these little zealots are trapped in there. Yeah. Poor zealots. Spreading his creep nicely. Something I often forget to do. And spawning larvae and spamming army, which appears to be made completely out of roaches at the moment. I assume he's going to go into hydras at some point, because that's a pretty natural transition. Yeah. See, I read minds. And yep, production seems to be about the same, except Protoss is a bit ahead, because they have more workers. But the workers are on a diminishing return, so just spamming loads of them often becomes a loss later on in the game. And I hear something shooting. I'm trying to locate. Oh. Stalker killing a zealot. Probably just trying to get them out of there. Well, by killing them? Yeah, why not? Hasn't made this one into a warp gate yet. Assume he will. Yep. It is going to be warping down. By the looks of his count, stalkers at the moment. And that he will need, because look at all these roaches here. In fact, this is not looking good for poor Frenzy. Because, yeah, it just isn't. And he's going to go for a round the back attack with these destructible rocks. But that pylon will see them. And this observer will see them, which is more important. And I have no doubt he is building up his army right now to try and get something. And an immortal, and immortals are pretty damn good against roaches, so pretty natural. And warping in units, I would assume, preferably stalkers, because damn it, that seems logical against roaches. And watches. That immortal's going to take most of the fire, and then they're just going to try and destroy those roaches. And by the looks of it, they will, because those immortals are very powerful against roaches. In fact, they do 50 damage against roaches, so it's a 3-shot kill. And chasing them across the map. Although, nice micro on the roaches, I'm going to take out those zealots. Unless something big happens, and Frenzy runs away. So, at the moment, Frenzy sustaining losses. I will look at units lost. Yeah. Although, yeah, resources are slightly there. And oh dear, he stopped, and it's not good. They're just trying to focus on that. And it's evening up. No, it isn't. Oh dear. That wasn't a good place to be caught as the Protoss. Just getting us around on them and focus firing them. Kleiio has very good micro, not macro. His macro is not very good. I would assume he would be building a couple of an overseer, whatever. Building a couple of hydras at the moment, because that'd be nice. And that observer can still see what's happening. But if he were to attack now, he probably wouldn't get so far. Frenzy has a lot of minerals and very little Vespine. And I will look at income. Has below average Vespine. And these roaches, I have no doubt, are going to die. If he'd attacked a bit earlier, could have done some damage to the supply line, or all that good stuff. Trying to scoot and shoot here, but it doesn't work if you're up against immortals and stalkers, because it just puts them at an advantage as well, and gives you the potential to screw up. However, we do have quite a sizable... Oh, no, it just looked sizable because of all those circlings there. So anyway, those immortals just going through the roaches like paper. Splat. And going to be warping in an army at the moment. And the Zerg might try a frontal attack but I doubt that he thinks that there is an expansion there. And we have more mortals building here, and we have a robotics facility, so Colossus are very likely. Very, by which I mean, completely. And there's not much coming from here. However, his creep spread is good. Very good. I would go so far as to say 10 times better than mine. It could be worth, with all those resources that the Protoss has, getting a warp prism and dropping a couple of zealots in the back of the base, because he hasn't scouted this bit. If he were to just drop them in there, do some damage. Yeah. His army's pretty far away.